Gundam.tk presents Double O Riser. What's up everybody, Roberts184 here again, and I hope you've checked out the deboxing and the box tours, and now it's time for a really quick look at the manuals before I start putting this thing together. The first things that you'll notice is that you get two of them, one very nice and in color, and this is the instruction manual, and one that's in, well, black and white and shades of gray and blue here, and that is the construction manual for actually putting this whole thing together. Inside the actual instruction manual itself, you're going to get some information on the fact that this is the perfect grade and why they made it. They show off the inner frame, the GN drives, some line art, the condensers, the GN Sword 3 with its effect parts, and the GN Sword 2. And this is something that's pretty cool. So I hope this has hit the internet somewhere with good scans that you can see, but it's the Double O Riser genealogy chart. And what it does is it basically charts out all the relationships between Celestial Beings kits and pretty much everything that has a GN drive in it. So starting with the O Gundam, and then working our way down to things like the Thrones there, the I Gundam, the GNXs, yay, I can't wait to get that master grade, the RK, and down at the bottom leading to the Reborn's Gundam. And then over here you're going to have basically all the variations of Virtue and Cerevi. Over here you've got Exia and Double O, and then here you've got Dynames and Keradim, and finally Kyrios and Arios. Following on from the GNX3, you can see that there's a blank one here with no image available, and that's because the movie kits are here, including the GNX4. Following up from Cerevi, we have the Raphael. Following up from the Double O Gundam, we have the Double O Quanta. From Keradim, we're going to have the Sabanya. And from Arios and Kyrios, we're going to have the Harut. For the rest of the manual, you're going to have some nice splash pages showing off the Double O Gundam, what it is, how it was all put together, all the key people involved, the GN drives from the O Gundam and the Exia, and then you get into the Double O Riser, the O Riser, and all its key people, including its development story. A nice shot. I wonder if we'll ever get a perfect grade of the Reborn's Gundam, of Setsuna's final battle with that damn ribbons. Another good splash page, and finally when we combine the Double O Gundam with the O Riser and get the Double O Riser. Finally on the back you're going to get your instructions to where to put all the decals, and this is really good that they did this in color. I'm a big fan of that, and that goes all the way across for the O Gundam. Lots of information here about how to put the seals on, and a color guide if you want to paint this, including the teeny tiny fingers of Setsuna and Saji. And after being impressed with the color and presentation of the instruction manual, let me tell you that the construction manual is just a big monotone boring blob pretty much in comparison. So if anybody reads Maelstrom about video games and business in general, yeah, why doesn't Bandai give us this in color? Anyway, when you open it up, you're going to see the plates list, and outside of the polycaps, which are you're going to have parts up to T, more or less, for the Double O Gundam, and hologram seals, GN drives, 2 big springs, 4 small ones, and 2 very small ones. And when you open it up, they're going to give you an assembly index for the Double O Gundam, so all of the parts and which page they're on. And then you're going to see what tools you need, use the right screwdriver, how to put the decals on, basically tape them down, then rub them. And then it's going to show you a picture of the part that you're going to build, so in this case the feet, and the plates you need, and then, yep, monochrome kind of colors. I don't think monochrome's the right word for that. So anyway, you work through it, you get the legs. The condensers themselves are a work just to build them up with all the springs in there and lock everything into place. But I do sort of like the manual that it doesn't have any unnecessary stuff. That's all put in the instruction manual. This is just what you need to build it. The head looks fairly complex. And then when you get to the back, you're going to get to, finally, the hands look pretty cool when you're building them up. Build the GN drives, and then the weapons. And then at the back of the book, we get into the B section, which is for the O Riser. And right away, when you look at these plates, you can just see, wow, how big all of these parts are. So I'm not too impressed with that. But I guess if they had sold this separately, that the GN Sword 3 and its effect parts would have come with the O Riser. So that could have been an inducement for people to upgrade as they could have done sort of with the Strike Gundam. Building up the O-Riser, you build the main body, put the cockpit on, then you basically just build up the wings, and once everything's done, put it all together, including all of the extra weapons, and then build the GN Sword 3, which is pretty cool. It shows you how you can move and transform that. And once you get to the back, yeah, they're just like, well, you can put the shields on the wings, and that's it. So a little bit underwhelming in this, but it's clear and to the point, although they could have sprung for color. Thanks for watching, everybody, and stay tuned because I'm actually going to start cracking open the plates and taking a look at all the parts. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for lots more perfect grade double O-Riser. www.gundam.tk. And as excited as I am to build you, yeah, I think that's the one I really want to build.